stave on a cold and snowy afternoon. 17 Penn State Nittany Lions seniors making their final run out here at Beaver Stadium. The weather has turned. It is cold here in State College. BTN football presented by John Deere. Today a matchup of perennial national powers. The Nebraska Cornhuskers in town taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So glad you could join us. Alongside my partner, Chuck Long, I am Eric Collins. We have had cold weather throughout the conference all day long, and we're going to have some cold, windy, snowy weather this afternoon. Chuck, that may mean we see a whole heck of a lot of Nebraska's Amir Abdullah.
Well, with this weather, this run game is going to be very important today, Eric. Start with Amir Abdullah, emerging superstar in this league, has 9 games of 100 yards or more already, which is tied for the nation. Look for him. Look for Nebraska to move him around in the formation to get him the ball as often as possible.
Amir Abdullah has been absolutely terrific. Look at that. Responsible for over half of the team's rushing yards. That's the highest number in the conference. Well, for Penn State, their rushing attack is already a man down. Just found out a couple hours ago, Bill Belton will not play. He's been sick over the last couple of days, so expect a lot out of Zach Zwinak now.
Well, all the carries are going to go to Zach Zwinak because Bill Belton's out, but he's been the workhorse all year long for Penn State. Never takes a lost yardage play. He will be the heart and soul today for Penn State's running game.
All right, before we get it started, let's take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors keys to victory, Chuck.
Well, the keys to victory for Nebraska, Tommy Armstrong must lead today. He's on the road. He's a young quarterback. He has to protect the football. He's been responsible for some turnovers the last couple games. For Penn State, create turnovers. Nebraska's last in the league in turnover margin. They've been turning it over, so create turnovers, especially with Nebraska being on the road. That'll be key for Penn State.
All right, getting ready to kick this one off. Before we do, let's go downfield side. John Jansen standing by. John, what's going on?
Thanks, guys. I want you to keep an eye on the matchup. Deontay Evans, corner for Nebraska, one of the best cover corners in the Big Ten. He has 11 tackles for loss, so not only does he cover, but he attacks the run. And keep an eye on Allen Robinson. Deontay will be covering him all day. He leads almost every Big Ten category in the receiving. He's going to have to dig him out if they want to be successful in the run game as well. Back up to you guys.
John, thank you so much. And, well, stay warm. It's going to be a hard thing to do. Take a look at this. 35 degrees, 36 degrees right now. But with the wind chill, feels 10 degrees cooler. Winds 17 miles per hour. It has been gusting. And over the last 45 minutes, we have had snow flurries. Bo Pelini, now in his 6th season with Nebraska, won at least 9 games each of the first 5 years. Bill O'Brien, what a terrific job he has done with this program. Last year, winning the conference's Coach of the Year award. Penn State, they've won the toss, and they have decided to defer the option to the second half. Nebraska, they'll receive the opening kickoff. Looking up into those flurries, here comes Amir Abdullah. Abdullah out across the 20 and brought down at the 23. Kickoff coverage has been an issue all season long with Penn State, but a nice effort right there. All right, here comes Tommy Armstrong. Tommy Armstrong getting yet another chance as a redshirt freshman.
Well, he will be key in this game.
Here is Tommy Armstrong. He's going to start in the gun with Abdullah next to him. 3 receivers out wide right. And Armstrong to throw on first down. It's a quick hitter complete to Kenny Bell, who's blown up. The ball was ruled down on the field. It did come out. Jordan Lucas picks it up.
I think they'll rule that one down, Eric. But it's a good start just getting him a completed pass on the road. You often like to do that with a young quarterback. Just complete the first pass, make it simple. He only got a yard, but at least he completed it, especially on the road for a young quarterback.
The ball came out after the play had been ruled down. So second down and 9. And on the ground, nothing doing for Abdullah. So it'll bring a 3rd down and long. Let's take a look at the impact players in today's game.
Well, yeah, Tommy Armstrong, of course, a 5-1 record. He has a winning record as a young quarterback. On the road, though, Kenny Bell is has to be instrumental today to offset that running game with Amir Abdullah. And then you got Glenn Carson. A lot of action for Glenn Carson for Penn State today.
Option, late pitch, trying to left edge, and that's going to be not enough for the first down. There is a flag down. Abdullah was brought down by Mike Hall, short of the first down marker, but there is a flag on the field. Tough start right now for Nebraska playing in this cold weather, as you see the call by Jerry McGinn.
Legal formation. Offense. More than 4 plays in the backfield. Penalties decline. 4th down.
You know they're going to decline that penalty since they didn't get the first down on the option play. Look for Nebraska to spread the ball out a little bit today against that Penn State defense. Good job by Penn State's defense to stop that option game, which is a big staple for Nebraska's offense.
Sam Foltz is going to kick this one away. This will be his 50th punt of the year. He's right in the middle of the conference in terms of punting average, and gets off a real nice kick right here. And it is dropped, and it is loose. Who's got it? It appears as if Penn State's going to have the football. That was almost disaster. Jesse Della Valle couldn't squeeze it.
There it is right here, Eric. Just, hey, you got to concentrate on the ball. You have some weather today. It's going to play a factor.
Now here comes Christian Hackenberg, true freshman out of Palmyra, Virginia. That's not far away from Charlottesville. Play his high school football at Fort Union Military Academy. They send Allen Robinson in motion. They fake it to him. They give it to Zach Swinek. And this may be a game that Swinek really enjoys. Cold weather player out of Frederick, Maryland. Finally tackled by Randy Gregory and Andrew Green.
And you mentioned, Eric, he's got to love a game like this. He is one of the toughest kids I've seen all year long carrying the football.
Here's the numbers on Hackenberg. This is going to be start number 11 for him. He's had virtually every snap all season long for these Nittany Lions and put up numbers.
Solid year for Christian. He played his best game last game against Purdue, according to Bill O'Brien.
On second down and short, another give to Swinek. And he is close to the marker, but it appears as if he's short. Aaron Curry on the tackle. Who are your impact players when Penn State has the football?
Christian Hackenberg, of course. He's one of the leaders in passing in the Big Ten. John Urschel, the senior. We got to give it to John. He's going to be big up front in the run game. And then Randy Gregory is a power for Nebraska. He's the sack leader, leads the league. Going to be a special player before it's all said and done at Nebraska.
See if the Nittany Lions follow Urschel on third down. They don't. They throw it, and it is incomplete, trying to get it to Geno Lewis. So on third down and 1, Bill O'Brien elects to throw the football, and it's incomplete, and the punt unit will have to come on.
Really a surprise call there, especially with the way they've been running the ball in the past against Purdue last week. Of course, with Zach Swinek early in this game, that he threw the ball. Now look for Penn State work some crossing routes against this Nebraska defense. They tried to do that. Got to catch the ball.
Alex Butterworth, the senior, didn't punt once last week in their win against Purdue. Gets off this one. And it's caught at the 21-yard line. Jordan Westerkamp goes backwards. Great punt coverage by the Nittany Lions. Penn State playing with some emotion here on Senior Day. Back in a moment with Nebraska's second attempt on offense.
Football in BTN is presented by John Deere. The off-road just got roomier. The new Gator XUV 825i S4, now with seating for 4. And brought to you by Case IH. Be ready with the proven leader. Visit caseih.com/efficient power.
Senior Day here in State College. 17 Penn State seniors on pace to earn 22 degrees. That means that 6 of these seniors are going to leave here with 2 degrees, 10 with GPAs of at least 3.0. And oh yeah, on the field, the 5-year guys have combined for 41 wins. Still with today's game and next week's game on tap for the Nittany Lions. Second time Nebraska's had the ball. Abdullah gets to the corner and gets a whole bunch more, lowers the head, stays on his feet, and gets to the 43-yard line. That was just wide open for Abdullah.
This is a simple inside zone play. All the linemen just stepping forward, securing their gap, and he has great vision to the backside. Penn State corner or defensive end has to be there for that cutback. He was not there. Amir Abdullah took advantage of that. Great vision by Amir.
Gain of 24. Abdullah leading the Big Ten in rushing. He's now replaced by Amani Cross. Cross wears 32. They give it to the big man, and the bruiser spins out across the 45 and gets to the 48. Now Nebraska's offensive lineup will scroll by top of your screen. This is a team that, even though they lost a week ago, they're feeling good about the way they're playing. Michigan State, just a terrific defensive unit. But last week, Nebraska actually had more yards and more first downs against Michigan State than the Spartans had against the Cornhuskers.
They did a nice job against Michigan State's vaunted defense with a makeshift offensive line. They're not in the same position where they started the season. So they have a different offensive line, Eric. They're moving the ball so far today.
There's a point in practice this week, Bo Pelini telling us, of his 9 top offensive linemen, only 2 of them were practicing. Cross his second consecutive carry. It's actually a little bit of snafu. You saw that Armstrong bobbled the shotgun snap for a moment to pick up a free. Top of your screen, we'll take a look at the Auto Owners Insurance starting defense for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Of course, Daquan Jones, a senior from Johnson City, New York, having a terrific senior season. Kyle Baldwin, you just saw a picture of him, number 84. He's a senior. Glenn Carson is a senior. Mike Hall, number 43, a junior with eligibility remaining. On third down and short, I don't know.
Did not get it. That's where the defensive line of Penn State has to take advantage of a makeshift offensive line for Nebraska. Those guys have had a solid year all year long. They need to take advantage of that today. They just did. We're stopping them on third and short.
So just across midfield, Penn State able to hold on third down.
They triggered a blitz there. Brought everybody at the line of scrimmage, had every gap secure, which is why they stopped Nebraska. That was a good defensive call.
Folt's second punt. Fair catch called for, and this time it's made cleanly by Della Valle. So now a second offensive opportunity for the Penn State Nittany Lions, and once again that true freshman quarterback Christian Hackenberg leading them out onto the field. Bill O'Brien telling us yesterday he thought Hackenberg played his best game of the season a week ago against Purdue. Do you agree with that assessment, Chuck?
I do agree, but it was all because of a good running game around him.
Ooh, in trouble, able to get that pass off. It's complete to the tight end, Jesse James. That was almost a safety. Turns into a gain of 5.
This takes a strong arm to make this throw. Nice fake, but he has a defender right in his face and makes the throw. That takes a strong arm to do that. As I mentioned, Eric, it's important that they keep a running game around him today. That's why he played well last week, or had his best game, because he had a good run game last week against Purdue. Let's see if that pans out today.
Zwinek rushing for 149 yards a week ago against the Boilermakers. He's got the ball here, looking for a crease, has the first down, powers out to the 23-yard line. Corey Cooper on the tackle, but a gain of 7. As we take a look top of your screen, the starting lineups for Bill O'Brien's offense scrolling by. Guy who doesn't touch the ball much, but Pat Zerbe, a senior fullback, very instrumental. When they're running the football well, Zerbe frequently right in the middle of things.
Yeah, let's see if they get their tight ends involved more today in the passing game as well, off the run game. Look for some different things by Bill O'Brien early in this game.
Hackenberg wants to throw on first down, wants a bunch, looking for Lewis, and that was almost intercepted.
Well, he threw the ball inside towards the safety, and that's a no-no for a quarterback. You have to keep that ball outside. I don't know if the wind took that. Looked like the wind did. Just knocked the ball down, but you have to throw that ball outside. That was a dangerous throw.
Auto Owners Insurance starting defense for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Going to come top of your screen. This is a squad that is tied with Ohio State for the most sacks in the conference at 32. They lead the Big Ten in tackles for losses per game. They've got an emerging superstar in Randy Gregory. Zwinak continues to barrel forward. He picks up 10. David Santos the tackle, but it'll be another first down for the Nittany Lions.
Yes, look for Nebraska to get into tight sets to throw the ball and spread out sets to run the ball. Everybody was spread out. They called the run play to the weakness of the Nebraska defense. You see,
See Ciante Evans, number 15, try and make that tackle.
17.
I'm sorry, 17. Tried to make that tackle, and now he is on the ground being looked at. So 7:57 remaining in our first quarter, and we've got a timeout on the field. Ciante Evans a moment ago injured on this hit of Zach Zwinak.
Yeah, right here. Here he is right here. Looks like he got his hand caught in there.
He was down on the field for a moment and then was helped off the field. He's been replaced by Josh Mitchell. Now, Ciante Evans is a guy they do a lot of different things with. So I'm not sure they can just replace him with one guy, or that's going to take a multitude of Cornhuskers.
That would be a tough loss there.
Here comes right around the shoot, Allen Robinson, involved in the run game, has the ball on the end around. Gain of 6, tackled by Leroy Alexander.
Well, Bill O'Brien told us he's going to try some different things early in the game. You saw it right there, Eric. And that's where they miss a guy like Ciante Evans. That's going to be a tough loss for Nebraska, Ciante. But here's a little end-around play with a fake to the back. That's a nice open field tackle.
Second down and 3. And they give it to Zwinak. And Zwinak breaks that first wave, crosses midfield.
Nice job by the Penn State offensive line, moving Nebraska off the ball. And that's what it's going to come down to in a day like today, is offensive line player, line of scrimmage, domination by either team is going to be the difference in this game. You saw it right there. Penn State did a nice job moving that line off the ball for Zach to get some yardage. It's just all inside zone right now. Nothing fancy in the run game.
So first down and 10. 3-receiver formation, and they spread him out to give it to Zwinak, who is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Vincent Valentine on the tackle, big number 98, redshirt freshman from Edwardsville, Illinois.
Nice job by Valentine getting off the block, getting off the center's block, and making a play. Staying square and making a play. Staying in his gap. That's going to be very important for Nebraska's defensive line to stay in their gaps against this Penn State rushing attack.
Hackenberg wants to throw. A short underneath pattern, and it's incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Jesse James.
You see in Penn State, as I mentioned earlier, getting in tight sets to throw the ball. The reason for that is it messes up Nebraska's match zone defense or man under zone defense. It's hard to get those guys double teamed when they get tight sets. That's why Bill O'Brien's going to those tight sets in the passing game.
Hackenberg just 1 for 4 passing the football so far this afternoon. Third down and 10. Little quick hitter. It's complete to Robinson, who's tackled before he can really get started. Stanley Jean-Baptiste, one of the bigger corners in the country, brings him down quickly. And the punt unit will have to come on.
You know, just a little wide receiver screen that Nebraska has prepared for against this team. Penn State's a really good wide receiver screen team, and Nebraska did a nice job defending that.
We haven't played 10 minutes so far, and already both sides have had the ball twice on offense. Jordan Westerkamp waits for the fair catch and makes it at the 10-yard line. Timeout on the field. When we come back, we will see Tommy Armstrong and the Cornhuskers on offense. Scoreless game. Both Nebraska and Penn State have had the football twice on offense and not been able to do much with it. With my partner Chuck Long, I'm Eric Collins. It's Been a busy day around the conference. All 12 teams are in action this afternoon. That means that your cell phone has been getting a workout, following the games all day long, trying to see what the scores are and what's happening.
Well, I can get on my phone all day long. It's a great device to get scores all day, and I've enjoyed it. I'm up to date on everything right now, even before you were.
BTN to go. Presented by Auto Owners Insurance. You can use it your phone, your tablet, watch live games anytime, any place. To learn more, visit btntogo.com. It's also available in the App Store and on Google Play. Real fun afternoon with all the teams in action. How about those Michigan State Spartans? Congratulations to them. Going on the road in Evanston and clinching the division title. We'll see them in the Big Ten title game. They still have one more conference game remaining. That's going to be against Minnesota. They've already wrapped up the Legends division. Congratulations to Mark D'Antonio's bunch. After a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Tommy Armstrong. Cole Pensick has switched over from guard. He is back at his familiar center spot. So they're still moving all the way along that offensive line. Let's go back to Dave Bredson for a studio update.
Okay, Eric, getting you up to date on Ohio State and Indiana. Of course, the Buckeyes win means they would take on Michigan State in the title game. They're up 14-0. Braxton Miller going 41 yards for the touchdown. Just fumbled, though, in their own territory, so the Hoosiers threaten it.
Dave, thank you so much. Now, I'm interested to see if Indiana can get their offense scoring. They really struggled a week ago against Wisconsin. Can they score against Ohio State?
They proved it last year. Let's see if they can do it this year.
Armstrong in trouble. Spins away. Still looking to throw it on the field. Nothing's there. Has to simply go out of bounds. Well short of the first down marker. Anthony Zettel, the first man to meet him and push him out of bounds.
Well, that was a smart play by Tommy Armstrong. He had nobody open down the field. There is growth right there for a young quarterback. You're deep in your own territory. You're rolling outside. Nobody there. You probably like him to throw the ball away, but he did not lose any yardage. In fact, he gained some yardage. So that was a smart play by Tommy. Don't force it down there.
Nebraska now 0 for 3 on 3rd down so far this afternoon. 3rd punt for Sam Foltz. Averages 41 yards per punt coming into today's game. And gets off a boomer. And it's caught by Della Valle. Oh, he's got a chance down the sideline. Down to the 40-yard line. It looked like the Nebraska defenders may have given up, like they thought he was going to fair catch the football. He didn't, and got a real nice return.
It's a nice job of keeping his eyes on the ball, making the first guy miss. Got to block the first guy in the punt return, which they did. Get to the sideline, got some nice return yards, good field position for Penn State.
Best starting field position for Christian Hackenberg and the Nittany Lions. It's a 25-yard return officially for Della Valle after a 51-yard punt. And Swinak barrels through that front wall and picks up 8 yards. Let's go down to the field and talk field position with John Jansen.
You guys can see right now how important field position has been for Penn State. Great return right there. It's going to be awful hard to get some long passes and big chunks in the pass game because of the wind and what's going on. They're going to have to keep it on the ground.
And they stay on the ground with Swinak. Very patient runner. And that patience is going to be rewarded as another Penn State first down.
He runs the ball like all young guys watch him run the ball. He always keeps his pads square. He never has his pads sideways when he has that football. He always squares them up to the line of scrimmage. That's why he is always moving forward. You mentioned the patience there, Eric. Great patient runner, lets his line develop the hole. Boom, he's right there. Nice play.
Nebraska playing right now without Seontae Evans, but he is back on the sideline for Nebraska. Should be ready to come back onto the field. It looks like he is walking onto the field right now. Swinak tackled by Avery Moss. There is Seontae Evans. It's good to see him back on the field. He replaces Josh Mitchell at one of the corners now.
Huge factor in this game. They allow Seontae to do a lot of different things. He'll blitz. He'll play coverage. He'll play man-to-man. He's good in the zone. Really, really good defender for Nebraska.
9 carries, 55 yards already for Swinak. This is carry number 10. and it's another special run. Spins his way down to the 15. That'll be another first down for the Nittany Lions. Evans made the tackle, but too little too late.
Well, Bill O'Brien early in the game went to some funny-looking formations, tried to use some trickeration. Now he's back to his bread and butter I formation with Zach Zwinnick carrying the ball. He's settling in as a play caller right now. He's getting a bead on that Nebraska defense.
Already 10 carries for Zwinnick, and expect even more. He missed it early on. Bill Belton will not play today. He's been under the weather, hasn't been able to practice over the last couple of days. That one's stuffed out. Avery Moss, the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, along with Zaire Anderson.
Bill O'Brien is working the zone scheme, and it's basically, hey, if it's working, keep working it. He's trying to wear it out. Nebraska did a nice job of stopping it, getting him in the second line. It's important when you have field position right now for Penn State to capitalize with some points.
Red zone has been an issue for the Nittany Lions this year, but it was nothing but successes a week ago. They were 7 for 7 inside the red zone against Purdue with 6 touchdowns. Second down and 10. Play action. Hackenberg throws. It's caught. Robinson inside the 5.
And I believe Robinson got away with one. He pushed off Deontay Evans out here and got away with an offensive pass interference. But you see Deontay, he knew it. That was a nice route by Allen Robinson. Just a little comeback route on the outside. But there was a push off there.
Robinson, single-season all-time leader at Penn State in both receptions and in yards. First and goal. Zwinnick trying to push the pile.
It's hard to get him down, Eric. You just have to love running backs like him. Uh-oh, careful now. You have some poise. Just give the ball back to the referee. Move on to the next play.
So it's now second down. Penn State trying to win today and be perfect at home during conference play. Play action to the end zone. Touchdown! Rudderman with the score. On senior day, a couple of true freshmen combined for the game's first score. Hackenberg finds Brenneman in the end zone for the second consecutive week.
Great play calling by Bill O'Brien. Set it up with a lot of run game inside. Faked the inside zone. Came around with a little bootleg. Wide open to the tight end. Nice play call.
Sam Fickens, extra point. No good. So Penn State, they leave points on the board, or at least a point on the board. Unable to convert the extra point, and the lead is 6-0.
These are big plays in a game like this. Just couldn't get it to hook. Sometimes you overcompensate down there, Eric, with the wind, that you aimed a little bit too wide initially because you're trying to play it with the wind.
You really worry about the wind when you're that close?
Well, you never know. Right. Sometimes you want to compensate by making sure. Looked like he just didn't have a good plant on his left leg. Good, nice drive, good run game mix for Penn State with some bootlegs, a little bit of passing game mixed in. Nice drive.
Terrell Newby's going to start from the 1-yard line. And Newby trying to get to the edge. There's a flag down. Newby does get to the 30. But we'll have to figure out what the flag is down in the field for.
Return. Holding. Return team, number 6. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the infraction. First down.
So instead of starting at the 30-yard line, Nebraska will be pinned back closer to their own goal line.
Here's on the right side of your screen right here. You see the hold. Right there, when they pull away, you got to let go.
Well, Wednesday night, it's an all-new episode of The Journey. It's the show with the unprecedented look inside the Big Ten season. The Journey, Big Ten Football 2013, presented by Best Buy. All new this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time only on BTN. We're going to change it up at quarterback. Instead of Tommy Armstrong on this series, it'll be Ron Kellogg. The Cornhuskers really haven't moved the football so far in this first quarter, so they bring in the senior. Kellogg, the better thrower of the two quarterbacks, throws right side, and it's caught. Westerkamp. That's a nice pitch and catch. Of course, that combination, Kellogg to Westerkamp, converting the Hail Mary to knock off Northwestern a couple of weeks ago.
One of the great plays in the Big Ten season so far. Now with Ron Kellogg now, they're going to spread the ball out. They may spread the ball out a little bit more, throw the ball, which will open up some running lanes for Amir Abdullah inside.
This is Abdullah, junior out of Alabama. Tackled close to the line of scrimmage. Malcolm Willis met him with some force, and that'll be our final play of the first quarter. Now both teams trying to get used to the weather. It is cold, it is windy here in State College, and the game's only points have been scored by the Nittany Lions. 6-0 our score after 15 minutes. BTN Football is presented by John Deere. We've reached quarter number 2. The locals on top of Nebraska by a score of 6-0. Touchdown by Brenneman, and then an extra point missed, making it 6-0 Penn State. Ron Kellogg stays in. This is his first series, and Kellogg's pass is complete to Jake Long. That was a bullet. Good pass by the senior from Omaha, gain of 15.
Just a little corner route on the side to keep it in the safe area to throw the football. Nice rhythm, timing, hitch, delivery. Nice job to keep the ball outside a little bit more. Good move to put Ron Kellogg in. Senior player on the road. That'll help him.
Kellogg completing 61% of his passes. He's thrown 61 of them so far this season. Handoff Amani Cross. And he barrels across the 45. Malcolm Willis with the tackle. Take a look at the season numbers for Ron Kellogg III. 4 touchdowns, just 1 pick.
And a great percentage of throwing. And I think they want to use all their athletes in Nebraska. They felt like they had better athletes in Penn State's defense. Spread them out, try to use the entire field, Eric. That's what they're doing right now.
2nd down and 4. Amir Abdullah next to Kellogg in that shotgun. And Kellogg keeps it. Throws out in space. And the catch is made by Westerkamp. Somehow able to make that play. Let's go down to the field and check in with John Jensen about offensive line play. John.
They've been shuffling these guys around all season, and today we've already seen 3 different lineups. This is only the 2nd start for Pelini. They're trying to keep some of those veterans in there.
Previous play is under further review. What ruined on the field was a reception.
They're going to take a longer look just to make sure that Westerkamp did make that catch cleanly.
And that was a great throw from the pocket by Kellogg with pressure after a play-action fake to his running back. That is hard to do now. And he delivered a strike. We'll see if he makes the catch here. Looks like he has his elbows underneath it.
Now the ruling on the field was catch and 1st down for Nebraska. You're going to have indisputable video evidence to show that it was not a catch.
Looks like he had his elbows and hands underneath the ball and pulled it in. Side judge is right there and saw it. Good job by Westerkamp squeezing the ball after the catch, bringing it right to his body to make sure you tell that side judge, hey, I caught it. Although maybe the tip of the ball hit the ground. You don't know, but it looks like he has it.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. 1st down.
So it stands. They didn't have the video evidence to confirm it, but they didn't have the video evidence to turn it over. So instead, we're just going to keep it the way that it is. It's a gain of 15. And Kellogg, since coming off the bench absolutely cold, has gone 3 for 3 for 44 yards.
And this is a nice plan. Again, putting those athletes in Nebraska in space against that Penn State defense where they feel they have some mismatches. This is a good move for Nebraska. You see the spread formation again. It's also a good formation to run the ball as well.
And they do run it with Abdullah. And Abdullah breaks that first wall. Uses speed to get out across the 30 and a first down run. Let's go to Dave Revson for a studio update.
All right, Eric, thanks. Wisconsin on top of Minnesota 3-0, but Joel Stabby hit as he throws by Michael Amefala. Aaron Hill picks it off, brings it back for the score, and the Gophers on top 7-3, early second.
Touchdown, Nebraska! Quincy Enunwa on a little slant. Ron Kellogg comes off the bench and leads the Cornhuskers down the field for 6.
They put Enunwa in the slot formation, right? The number 2 receiver to get the mismatch on the linebacker. Penn State brought the blitz. They had nobody in the middle of the field. Just a nice call against the right defensive look. Easy pitch and catch. Nice drive by Ron Kellogg and the Nebraska offense.
Only man who had a chance to make the play, Ryan Kaiser, and he whipped on the tackle. Pat Smith's extra point is good, and that means that Nebraska has taken a 1-point lead. Quincy Enunwa.
There he is. He's in the slot right here. Just a little slant play. And there's nobody in the field because Penn State brought the blitz up the middle. There's nobody there to cover that slant route. Nice pitch and catch for a nice touchdown drive. Good move again by putting Ron Kellogg, a senior veteran guy, into the game on the road.
Here's your Chevrolet scoring drive. 7 plays, 91 yards in less than 2.5 minutes. Spearheaded by Ron Kellogg, who may have earned a little bit more playing time. He was perfect on that drive.
Well, Bo Pelini told us he's going to play Ron Kellogg after playing Tommy Armstrong quite a bit the last few games. Nice throw. Just getting his whole body into the throw. Pointed his toe properly at the target. And the whole key to that route, Eric, is keeping your receiver on the run. Don't slow him up, and he did that.
Laurel Bonting will kick it off for Nebraska. Into the south end zone. And we'll have a touchback. So the touchback. And Christian Hackenberg will have another opportunity. Both the Nittany Lions and the Cornhuskers have scored on their last drive. Now, this is what the season's been like for Hackenberg. His very first game, a couple of touchdowns, a couple of picks, but a win against Syracuse. This is the only home loss of the year. That was against UCF. But let's go back to his high school days. He played at Fort Union Military Academy, and look at those numbers. My goodness, 55 touchdown passes. This is a guy who's following in the footsteps of Heisman Trophy Award winners from Fort Union. Eddie George, Vinny Testaverde, both have come out of Fort Union Military Academy. Eddie George came out of just the regular high school program. They have a postgraduate program as well, and that's what Vinny Testaverde is a graduate of.
Well, I'm so impressed with Christian Hackenberg, the way he's progressed this year. He is going to be a great football player in this league. He's already shown promise as a freshman. I think he's a special young man. He's going to be one of the leading guys in the Big Ten before it's all said and done.
2nd down and 8, Akil Lynch. Spelling Zach Zwick in the backfield. Play action to Lynch. Hackenberg wants to throw. Design roll out, and it is a beauty. A pass right on the numbers. Senior Brandon Felder, his first catch of the afternoon.
We saw the zip of Christian Hackenberg, the kind of arm he has as a young freshman. He's on the roll. He gets balanced up. He throws a bullet comeback on the sideline with a nice one-on-one route on the outside.
Pickup of 19 yards. Lynch with the carry. Not much doing. Chuck, I want to ask your opinion. Of course, you were a great quarterback in this conference. You've worked with great quarterbacks like Sam Bradford, who won the Heisman Trophy when you had him in Oklahoma. With a young guy like Hackenberg, what's going to be the big step for him next year and what he needs to work on?
Well, he'll have to work on his pocket passing, just getting all of his reads down. He's going to 1 to 2 pretty good. Eventually, you want to go from 1st to 2nd to 3rd, and even 1st, 2nd, 3rd to 4th, eventually as he grows from the pocket.
2nd down and 11 now. Still playing with Lynch as the tailback, replacing Zach Zwick. It's probably just a normal bit of rest for Zwick. The instead of Bill Belt, we're seeing Akeel Lynch this afternoon. Belt won't play. He's been under the weather the last couple of days. Gain of 5.
A lot of freshmen playing today, Eric. But Akeel Lynch, they're very high on this young man. We saw him earlier in the year. And they're smelling Zach Zwinak right now, which is smart. They're doing a nice job against Bill O'Brien. You mentioned Christian Hackenberg. He's doing a nice job of just making easy type reads for him right now in this football game. He's just splitting the field in half and reading 1 to 2. Now you have a spread formation. Look for him to do the same thing. Not the entire field, but just 1/2 of the field on his reads.
3rd down and 6 from midfield, and it's a handoff that goes nowhere. Randy Gregory, 6'6", 255 pounds, wraps up Lynch at the line.
Well, Nebraska brought a blitz and a twist up front, meaning twist of defensive linemen, and it crossed up the Penn State offensive line blocking scheme. And great call by Nebraska, Bo Pelini and John Papuchis, the defensive coordinator of Nebraska.
This kick is going to go into the wind. Butterworth somehow gets it to the 15-yard line, where Westerkamp is immediately belted down. So a timeout on the field right now. When we come back, Nebraska will try and score touchdowns on back-to-back drives. For today's Nissan Heisman history, let's go in the Wayback Machine. 28 years ago, good old number 16 for the Hawkeyes. My partner, Chuck Long. Oh, he was terrific. The first Iowa Hawkeye to ever throw for 10,000 yards in a career. And it was oh so close to being the Heisman. You finished 2nd behind only Bo Jackson back in 1985. The closest balloting in the history of the Heisman.
Not a much better hairstyle than Bo Jackson.
You were flowing.
That was in back then, though. That was in back then.
Hey, a heck of a player. And, jeez, you were fun to watch, that's for sure.
Well, thank you.
First down carry, Amir Abdullah, and he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Daquan Jones, the senior, off to a nice start here in his final game at Beaver Stadium. 2nd down and 10. Daquan Jones, 11.5 tackles for losses so far this season. Kellogg's pass is over the head of Sethan Carter. Let's go to Dave Revson for a studio update.
Eric, Ohio State has extended its lead to 21-0 on the Hoosiers now as Braxton Miller dives for the end zone and just does get across. Bucks are rolling.
Thank you, Dave. You wonder if Urban Meyer will take the foot off the gas pedal this late in the year. You just get the feeling that style points may be needed. Kellogg almost has the ball ripped away, completes his pass short of the first down marker. Nunwa with the catch, but I don't think he's got enough.
I don't think that's enough, but that was a great throw with pressure by Kellogg. Getting that ball off. Yeah, they had him in the backfield here.
Official timeout.
Squeezes the ball, delivers it, just gets hit right in the chest. And at least gives the punting team some room with that throw, because every little bit of field position helps in this game.
And
every little bit.
Another good work by Daquan Jones to blow up that play and get that pressure and get inside against Kellogg.
You mentioned Daquan Jones and all his tackles for loss. At his position, Eric, he gets double-teamed a lot at his position. He still has that kind of production as a defensive tackle. Really amazing.
Kick is low off the foot of Fultz, and it goes out of bounds at probably the 36, maybe 37-yard line. Punt of 38 yards, no return. We will have Penn State on offense once again. Well, as a true freshman quarterback, Christian Hackenberg has the luxury of one of the best receivers in the country. Allen Robinson, just a junior, but he has exploded. Take a look, 9 catches, 143 yards early in the year against UCF. He made that incredible play against Michigan, a game that would go into multiple overtimes, and against Ohio State team that is really good. 12 catches and 173 yards. That's just part of the season for Allen Robinson.
What makes him special is his route running ability. Very good in and out of cuts.
Let's see if they find Robinson trying to go right side. He's open, and he's got the catch on cue. Robinson showing you what he can do, running a good route on Ciante Evans.
They're just working a bootleg type play off the run game, and it's all comeback routes right now on the outside. See, he pushes that defender off of him, not with his arm, but with his feet. He makes that defender think he's going deep, then he comes on the comeback. That's great route running right there. That's an example of that.
And at 6'3", 210 pounds, he runs with purpose. They put Robinson in motion. They fake it to him and instead give it to Swinak back in the game after having a series off. And he's swallowed up by Randy Gregory. Well, Allen Robinson, a guy who had just a handful of catches as a freshman last year, exploding onto the scene.
Second down.
And this year, a semifinalist for the Blitnikoff Award. He's leading the Big Ten in all the important categories of receptions, reception yards, and the big playability. Bottom line right there, 11 receptions of 35 yards or more.
That's the impressive stat. He's getting the catches and the yards, which is impressive, but they throw to him a lot. But that big playability is what sets him apart.
Timeout. Penn State. First
Bill O'Brien, who is the play caller, did not like the look of that play, and before the snap, he was able to call the timeout. Back to State College in a moment. Today's United States Marine Corps leader of the game is number 77, Penn State senior offensive tackle Gary Gilliam. He's from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. He's on schedule to graduate this December. He's a double major, advertising, public relations, and management. Twice he has been an academic All-Big Ten. He's also played a number of positions. Before he was a tackle, he also was a productive tight end. Long throw down the field, incomplete. Robinson was open.
Allen Robinson had a double move on the safety. He throws the safety. You see what he does here. He freezes on an in route and goes right over the top. Nice play call and design. Like to have that one come back. Get that one back. Try it again. You don't want to miss those. Yeah, there's that wind. Plays a factor now.
Wind gusts of up to 30 miles per hour, we're told. Temperatures in the mid-30s. Wind chill in the mid-20s. Third down and 8. Four-man rush. And it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Felder. And the ball slips through the fingers. Punt unit will have to come on.
And that was a great throw by Hackenberg. He drilled it. That ball was hot coming in. But that's a great throw. You got to make that catch. Right on the money.
Penn State still has not converted a third down. Their lone touchdown drive was dominated by the rushing of Swinak. Ball is loose on the punt. It's blocked. It is blocked and loose. Nebraska's got the football in wonderful field position.
Looks like Butterworth just mishandled the snap.
Yeah, Butterworth just couldn't make the catch. It's blocked. Andy Janovich is the Cornhusker who picks it up and gives Nebraska wonderful field position.
Tried to get the punt off after the mishandled snap. Usually that's a disaster. And now Nebraska has good field position. You need to take advantage of this, especially on the road.
Third straight series we've seen Kellogg in at quarterback. Senior throws a real nice laser beam out to Kenny Bell, who's pushed out of bounds right at the first down marker by Jordan Lucas.
These quarterbacks are really throwing the football well and with a lot of steam on it. I mean, they are really drilling the football and accurately keeping their receivers on the run. So you get the extra yardage. Very simple throws to the outside by both quarterbacks right now.
Two tight end formations. Sam Cotton, Jake Long, right side for Nebraska. And they run it left side to Abdullah, who's tackled after a short gain. Adrian Amos comes in from his cornerback spot. He's been playing real well in recent weeks.
And they like what Amos is doing lately. They've moved him around defensively. Now he's settling in at that corner position.
Yeah, the two corners, Amos and Jordan Lucas, both have been playing good football.
Here's a double stack set. You see the stacks, so they can't play man-to-man on you. That's why they do it.
Kellogg's pass is bobbled and dropped by Enunwa. Enunwa had a touchdown, the only touchdown of the day for Nebraska. But he's not able to make that play.
These quarterbacks are saying, hey, you guys need to catch the ball a little bit today. It's hard enough to throw it. That's a nice throw by Kellogg. Blitz look by Penn State. Here they come.
Kellogg fires a strike to Westerkamp. How do we have first down inside the 25? Lucas on the tackle. Gain of 13.
Well, this has turned into a nice combination, huh? Since the Hail Mary. And Kellogg did a nice job staying in the pocket and delivered a strike right down the middle of the field to Westerkamp on a little inside run, inside cut, slant cut.
Westerkamp's second catch of the day. Handoff Abdullah. Inside the 15. For a guy who weighs just 190 pounds, he is hard to bring down.
Hard to bring down, and keeps his pads low. Keeps that leverage low and keep your leg drive. That's what makes it hard to tackle Amir Abdullah. Strong. He's strong through the tackle as well. Showing blitz again, Penn State.
Abdullah's got it. Dives for the first down. John, what are you seeing on this drive so far for Nebraska?
Well, since Kellogg has been at a quarterback, they spread their offense out a lot more, spreading out this Penn State defense. The Penn State defense strength is up in the middle with Daquan Jones and their linebackers, so they're trying to get everybody out on the edge.
This has been the second impressive drive led by Kellogg in the red zone.
Penn State showed a lot more blitz in this drive defensively. Not now.
Kenny Bell pushed out of bounds. Jesse Della Valle able to stop Kenny Bell before he really got started.
And that was a run-pass option by Nebraska. Kellogg thought there was too many bodies in there in the box for Penn State. That's why he threw it outside. A lot of 3-by-1 formations. Trips to one side just about every play.
Nuno, Westerkamp, and Bell split wide, top of your screen. Bell with the catch short of the first down marker. It'll bring up third down and 1.
I like what Kellogg's doing right here when he's throwing the ball tight down here. He keeps it low, away from those defenders. Don't throw it high here. You don't want to tip balls down here. Puts it nice and low. Good target. Nice placement of the football.
Now they split out the quarterback Kellogg wide, and they give it directly to Abdullah, who loses the ball. Oh, Penn State's got it. Jesse Della Valle saves the day.
Nebraska did a nice job of spreading them out. Like you said, Eric, putting Kellogg on the outside. Abdullah became the quarterback.
Throwing on the field is a fumble recovered in the end zone by Penn State. Touchback.
Yeah, it looks like that ball came out less than knee was down. That ball is out.
Injured player.
And that's been the turnover bug for Nebraska. Last in the league in margin, turnover margin. That ball is out.
There is a Cornhusker down on the field. As we take another look, Abdullah the direct snap and stretching for the goal line. The ball pops loose. Ruling on the field is a fumble and a recovery for Penn State. You'll have to have indisputable video evidence to overturn it. It's Brent Qualley. This is a guy who has had a lot of experience helping out on that offensive line, and he's being looked at right now. So, with the replay booth taking a longer look, we'll take a quick timeout, come back to Beaver Stadium in a moment. Greg Qualley able to leave the field on his own power, still being looked at on that Nebraska bench. Let's take a longer look at that Ameer Abdullah fumble, and it appears as if that indeed was the correct call on the field. Ball coming out before the knee was on the ground.
Looks like he had two hands on the ball, but that ball is out.
Replay booth has confirmed the fumble and possession for Penn State.
Just a killer for Nebraska on a great drive, and they've had that problem all year long with turnovers.
So the touchback puts the ball at the 20-yard line. Robinson goes in motion. Hackenberg wants to throw. Looking deep, looking for Robinson, incomplete.
Well, they had Allen Robinson in the slot formation, and whenever you had a main receiver in the slot formation, you know something's up. You know they're going to try to get him the football. Little bootleg player off the zone. He's been throwing that well all year. Now he's throwing a go route up the field on the run, which is a hard throw to make.
Now they're going to split out Zwinak, top of your screen, and Hackenberg by himself in the backfield.
Empty set.
Penn State's really gotten away from running Zwinak. Hot pass caught by Jesse James. Out to the 25. It'll bring up third down.
And Zwinak's just a decoy out there. They're not going to throw him the ball. What they're doing is they're putting one of their worst pass catchers in Zwinak on their best, one of their best players in the corner in coverage, just as a decoy to work the inside guys on linebackers. That's exactly why they're doing that.
Penn State is yet to convert a third down. Nebraska not much better. Four-man rush. And the pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Avery Moss, I believe, was the man who got that big paw up there. And it'll be a 3-and-out.
I think Christian Hackenberg's lucky this got batted down because Nebraska had a really nice call defensively that confused him. That could have been a dangerous play with all that traffic inside.
Butterworth, his fifth punt. Fair catch called for and made right there at the 40-yard line. Westerkamp on the fair catch. Monday night on BTN, it's more men's basketball action when Wyoming, the Cowboys, they travel to Columbus to take on Ohio State. Coverage starts 7 p.m. Eastern. That's Monday on BTN and BTN to go. Ohio State remains unbeaten. Their starting center, Ameer Williams, playing real well. And did you know Ameer Williams was AAU teammates back when he was a high school player with Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson, good old number 8, who was doing wonderful things as a wide receiver at Penn State, was a great high school basketball player growing up in the Detroit, Michigan area.
Eric, that's great trivia. Good research,
you like that one?
Great trivia. I love that trivia.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to Allen Robinson yesterday. He was just a delight to meet with. Ameer Abdullah fumbled last time he touched the football. This time rips off 7 yards.
And that's the confidence that offensive coordinator Tim Beck has in him. Ameer Abdullah just fumbled the ball. Hey, let's give it right back to him. He's our go-to guy anyway. Let's get him back into the rhythm of the game and instill confidence in him again.
Kellogg throws. Sam Birch, his first catch. And Birch is tackled short of the first down marker. We should mention Brett Qualley, number 76 for Nebraska, is back out at left tackle again. That is great. He was down for a couple of minutes last time Nebraska had the ball. The senior toughing it out right now. Third down and 1. Daquan Jones getting ready to disrupt in the middle of the line. Here comes the blitz. Pass is caught by Birch. He's going to have to hustle, and he didn't get anywhere close.
Great job by the Penn State defense bringing the blitz to force Nebraska to throw the ball. This is a run-pass option. They had too many guys blitzing, so he had to throw it. And Penn State recovered very nicely and made the play. That was a good read by Ron Kellogg. He has to make that read because otherwise there's too many guys to run the ball into, and he threw it thinking he had numbers on the outside. The Penn State rally did a nice job.
Please put 1:45.
Now Bill O'Brien thinking he wants some more time to try and get something done before the half comes to a close. He uses his second timeout with 1:45 remaining here in the first half. Stay tuned, everybody. Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report coming your way. We've got Dave, Jerry, and Howard along from our Chicago studios. Scores and highlights from a busy Big Ten today. All 12 conference teams playing in a 6-hour window this afternoon.
A lot of fun football today, Eric, in the Big Ten. I love it when everybody plays.
You say it's wonderful being a former Hawkeye, knowing that John Jansen's got a headset on and listening downstairs, the former Michigan Wolverine.
That's right. I think I won the bet today.
Gentleman's wager.
Gentleman's wager, of course.
Fultz going straight up in the air. Ella Valley gets away from the spinning punt. It'll be down at the 17-yard line. So let's see the development of the true freshman quarterback, Christian Hackenberg, and how well he can navigate this 2-minute drill. So far today, 50-50 is his completion percentage, 7 completions and 14 attempts.
Well, the big number is 0 for interceptions. That's big in a day like that. Usually in a windy weather day like this, your percentage is not going to be as good, but you don't want to throw it to the other guy.
And they fake the pass and give the wraparound handoff to Zwinak, who's out to the 20.
Most play callers, Eric, will try to run the first play to see how far they get. And he didn't go anywhere. Let's see if Bill O'Brien just slows it down till halftime now.
14 carries, 68 yards for Zwinak here in the first half. Over the middle, Lewis close to the first down marker. And they're going to give him the first down. The clock will stop temporarily with 1:05 remaining.
Looks like they're going to roll here. Still in their 2-minute operation. A lot of confidence in a young freshman quarterback against an improving Nebraska defense.
Just a 4-man rush. Robinson, good hands catch, another first down. Clock will stop with 45 seconds remaining. Second quarter.
Love the way Hackenberg has stepped up in the pocket to help his tackles so he wouldn't take the sack and threw a nice dig route, a nice in route on the money.
Another bullet dropped. Kyle Carter, the sophomore tight end, just couldn't hang on. Now the difference between Nebraska and Penn State so far, 1 point, and there's that point missed by Sam Ficken. After the Nittany Lion touchdown, Ficken hitting the right upright. Nebraska able to hit their extra point, and that's why it is a 7-6 Cornhusker lead.
And you mentioned Hackenberg, Eric, is really throwing the football very accurately.
Here comes the blitz. Hackenberg gets it out quickly in space. Carter catches this one, but he's tackled immediately. David Santos. And we've got
timeout.
A timeout.
Penn State. Final charge. Timeout and a half. 30 seconds. Timeout.
That's the final timeout for Penn State. Well, next weekend, we'll have a rematch. Penn State and Nebraska, but we'll do it on the volleyball court. Women's volleyball coming your way. National powers meeting up. It'll be the second-ranked Penn State team against the 6th-ranked Nebraska Cornhusker volleyball team. That is going to be at 8:30 p.m. start next Saturday on BTN and BTN to go.
Look for a comeback-type sideline route for Bill O'Brien here to not only get the first down, get some yardage, stop the clock. The first down, if they get the first down, it will stop them momentarily. They look for a sideline route here.
Haven't seen much of Tommy Armstrong, redshirt freshman, on the field for the first 3 series, but ever since we've had Ron Kellogg. Kellogg leading the Cornhuskers to their only touchdown as well. Hackenberg in trouble, able to get it off, incomplete, looking for Robinson, who stumbled and fell. Avery Moss on the pressure of Hackenberg.
Great call for defensive coordinator John Papuchis of Nebraska, bringing some blitz on the young quarterback. Good job by Hackenberg just getting rid of the football, throwing it away, not taking that loss.
You notice that gleam in the eye of Bo Pelini? We talked to him yesterday. He said, you know what? We're getting back to blitzing more, and I'm excited about it.
Well, they brought the blitz a lot in the last couple of games, almost 50% of the time. And like you said, Eric, they're starting to like it. They're starting to like their defense. They've really improved.
Jordan Westerkamp going right when the kick went left. No one realized where the football was, and with 7 seconds remaining here in our first half, it'll be Nebraska football. Well, they will have scores and highlights and reaction to these finals from earlier today when we get to the halftime report. Michigan State, congratulations. They win going away against Northwestern early on this afternoon.
Congratulations to Michigan State getting that championship game, and a big win for Illinois. And Tim Beckman, his first Big Ten win since he's been there. That's a big win.
And how about that for a lead-in for the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report? We have played 30 minutes here at Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. So far, it is a 1-point game. Nebraska on top of Penn State. Stay tuned. Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. James, Jerry, and Howard. They're coming up next. Football presented by John Deere. A cold early evening. Now here in State College, Pennsylvania, Nebraska, the visitors from Lincoln on top of Penn State by 1 after 30 minutes. Let's go down in the field. John Jansen, how you holding up down there, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great. This is perfect weather for football. Both teams right now, look for them to be more consistent on third down. They've got to convert some of those, sustain some drives if they want to be in this game at the end.
Thank you, John. It does look like he's okay. Why is it that he just seems tougher than most everyone else on the planet?
He's a lineman. Linemen love this weather.
Let's take a look at our Quicken Loans quarterback comparison and talk about the days so far of Christian Hackenberg. And then the two-headed combination of Kellogg and Armstrong. It's been more Kellogg, obviously, than Armstrong so far.
Well, it's been solid performances by both of them. You know, 1 touchdown each, but you see the percentage for Kellogg. I thought Kellogg really came in and provided a spark for Nebraska. And Christian's been a steady self as he's been all year long. Both of them being very smart with the football.
Penn State will get the ball to begin this third quarter. Their possessions went punt, punt, touchdown, punt, punt, punt.
Let's see what kind of halftime adjustments both teams made. See if they get back to that running game a little bit more, especially on first down, so they get into the manageable third down situations.
Snow flurries have returned, kicking into the wind. This is going to be Eugene Lewis. And Lewis breaks that front wall and is tackled as he gets to the 27. Redshirt freshman from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. The 1 touchdown drive for Penn State. They rode their junior tailback, Zach Zwinak.
Getting Zwinak into the flow of the game in the second half again is vital for Penn State to be able to drive the football. And they had that run formation already start the second half.
Zwinak behind the fullback, Pat Zerbe. Nice, powerful run to begin this second half for Zwinak.
When you think he's down in the backfield, Nebraska had him stopped in the backfield for a loss. And he just manages to get a gain out of it.
This is what we're talking about. A couple of punts to begin the game. Then that touchdown. 8 plays, 40 yards, great starting field position. And then 4 more punts for Penn State to end out the first half. second down carries. Winnack lunging forward. Finally tackled by Randy Gregory.
Bill O'Brien went with the same play to the same side, trying to wear that play out, being very patient in his play call. You see Randy Gregory making a play. Bo Pelini really likes the future of Randy Gregory. He's already had a spectacular year, but imagine with a year in the weight room, is what Bo Pelini said. Get him in the weight room for a year. He could be that much more special.
Third down and 1. This time they try the right side, and Winnack's got the first down. That's the first time today we've seen Penn State convert a third down.
Well, that's progress, and it's good. Halftime, his first down is better. Second down was better. They had a positive gain that got him in a third and short situation. So that's the best.
Now, play action Hackenberg. Design rollout.
Well, with John Urschel, what I really like about him is that he does a great job of keeping his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. What he does best is he gets up and pushes off on those linemen and then gets up on the linebackers. And you can see on the last play that you'll see here, he does a great job of finishing blocks. If they need a first down, they're going to run behind Urschel.
Urschel is a guy, academically, he's almost without peer. He is a math major who is just close to Mensa category. And when you talk to Bill O'Brien, he says that Urschel is so smart and mathematically that helps him with what he's trying to do. He's able to decipher things, and he's able to figure out leverage because of his academic skills, which translate to the football field. That kind of blew me away when you mentioned it.
That makes a lot of sense, and he teaches a class as well.
Urschel, senior from the Buffalo, New York area, playing his final game here at Beaver Stadium.
When you're talking about Urschel, he does a great job of helping that offensive line get figured out who to block. This is all a numbers game. You can only bring so many guys and from so many different positions. So he knows if you got 4 on one side, you're not bringing some from another. That's where he really excels, and that academics take over.
Christian Hackenberg, they didn't have enough guys to block. He had some pressure, made it, caused the high throw. Nice call by John Papuchis, the defensive coordinator of Nebraska. Bringing it on a 3rd and long.
And this is the type of defense that Bo Pelini wants to play. Attacking, blitzing from every possible spot, and it worked on that drive. Looking up into windy conditions, fair catch made by Westerkamp. It was an adventure. 38 yards on the punt, no return. Nebraska's got the ball for the first time in the second half when we come back. Well, in a day like this, you have to wonder, does the creamery here in State College, do they serve chili? I'd take some chili. That looks pretty darn good, but it is cold here at Beaver Stadium. The wind is howling. The flurries coming down. Final home game of the year for the Nittany Lions.
I don't know if I want any ice cream right now.
No one likes ice cream more than me, but
any kind of soup or chili right now.
With Chuck Long and John Jansen, I'm Eric Collins. You see the conditions. Senior quarterback Ron Kellogg continues in the game in place of Tommy Armstrong. He hands off to begin this drive.
Now Nebraska has a little bit of wind behind them. Let's see if they throw in space on that Penn State defense.
Wall it up. Kyle Baldlich playing his final home game along with Glenn Carson, another senior. Nice defensive play right by those middle guys, that Nittany Lion defense.
With the makeshift offensive line that Nebraska has right now, it's the injuries they've had. It's going to be tough to run against that defensive front of Penn State. That's a good front seven. To go right up the middle on is going to be hard to do. Big 3rd down here for Nebraska.
Kellogg loses the ball. Penn State's got it.
And that's been the issue for the quarterbacks of Nebraska.
C.J. Omanion with the strip sack and the recovery.
There he is. Kellogg right in the pocket. You got to tuck that ball. Either you throw the ball on time or tuck it. Especially with that kind of pressure coming at you. They brought one extra man in the blitz. You have to feel that. And that's Tommy Armstrong. It happened to him last week. And now it happened to Kellogg this week. Pocket fumbles.
Chuck Long, you mentioned it at the beginning of the game. Turnovers are going to be huge in this game. You've been dead on. Point-blank range for the Nittany Lions. Swinak is the tailback. They give it to him. Following Zerbe. Tackled at the 7. Malik Collins with a nice defensive play.
That's the third time in a row that Bill O'Brien has called that play in a run formation to the left side of the line. Just the zone play to the left. Nebraska has obviously talked about it on the sidelines and, hey, they're going to try that thing again. They stopped it. Nice play by Nebraska there defensively.
Swinak, 3 touchdowns a week ago.
All run formations right now. Just one receiver.
Hackenberg, he's got the goal line in his sights. Touchdown!
Smart play by Christian Hackenberg, Eric, to get on the edge. And there's an old rule for a quarterback. If you can run as far as you can throw the ball, run it. That's exactly what he did. It was just a design bootleg. Nebraska covered it well, except for the quarterback.
The turnover leads to the touchdown.
And they took advantage of that, which you need to do.
It all started with the fumble. Penn State gets the ball point-blank range, and the true freshman comes up big on senior day. And the folks here at Beaver Stadium don't seem to mind the weather conditions.
They are singing out there, Eric.
Yeah, I guess you got the lead against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Why not? Let your hair down.
Sing and stay warm.
Chuck, let's revisit that decision by Bill O'Brien. The touchdown a moment ago made it a 12-7 lead. They decided to go for just the extra point, the kick, as opposed to possibly going for a 2-point conversion and get up by 7.
You do not go for 2. First of all, you wait till the fourth quarter before you even go for 2. Secondly, only go for 2 if you absolutely have to. So he made the right decision. Wait till the fourth quarter and figure it out then.
So the lead is 6 for the Nittany Lions. Kenny Bell's going to start for the 1-yard line. And Bell, he's got a chance. What kind of speed does the young fella have? Bell's got the kicker to beat, and he does. There he goes. It's going to be a touchdown, Nebraska.
Wow, we saw it last week. Purdue hit Penn State on the same return last week. Kenny Bell this week. What a play.
The kid from Boulder, Colorado doesn't mind playing in the snow.
That'll get you right back into the game. Here, Eric. Nice job with the return game. That's just Penn State's had a problem with that 2 weeks in a row now. Nice job avoiding the kicker.
So Nebraska to go back on top. Pat Smith, his extra point is true. Wow, that's the way you take the wind out of the sails of this crowd here. In-State College, a 99-yard kickoff return 2 straight weeks. That Bill O'Brien has seen his kickoff return or kickoff coverage unit give up a kickoff return touchdown.
2 weeks in a row. That's been the kickoff team for Penn State. It's been an issue.
First kickoff return touchdown of the season for Nebraska.
Right at the right time, Penn State got the turnover, had a lot of momentum. After that touchdown, big return in the game to get that momentum back.
Wow, zone. We played 30 minutes and had just one touchdown aside. We haven't played 5 minutes here in the second half and already have a touchdown apiece. Lewis brings that out of the end zone. Oh, loses the football! But he's able to jump on his own fumble. It'll be Penn State football at the 12. How difficult is it to control the football when it's this windy and this cold?
Well, the ball is hard as a rock. You know, there's no give in the football right now when it's this cold. It's just really, it's like holding a rock, and it's slippery at the same time. So it's just hard. It's hard to really hold on to that. That was a big hit by Nebraska, though. That Nebraska kickoff team said, "Well, we're not going to let that happen to us." So they came down and really covered the ball, covered it well. But that ball is really hard right now, and it's hard to hold on to. Got to tuck it with two hands.
First down and 10. Zwinek once again the tailback. They give it to him. And he dives forward. Pick up of 4. Chuck, we had a great story a week ago from Bill O'Brien telling us how one of the things he needed to coach up Christian Hackenberg about was just breaking in balls and how you wanted the game ball to feel, getting it ready the day before you actually played a game with it.
Well, that's important for the quarterback to break in between 15, 18 balls a game, so there's give in the ball and they're not slick. Because when they come right out of the package, they're really slick, and it's up to the quarterback to break those in for everybody, for the receivers and the running backs.
Zwinek powers forward. Another first down, Nittany Lions. Corey Cooper and Michael Rose on the tackle.
Good patience by Bill O'Brien, calling a couple runs in a row to get the first down.
Up to 93 yards after 149 a week ago for Zwinek. Vincent Valentine is being looked at the 20-yard line.
And Valentine's had a nice game today.
The big man is up. Redshirt freshman from Southern Illinois down in Edwardsville. And the snow stopped.
Not really sure what happened there, but he got up right away, so that's a good sign. A lot of one wide receiver formations for Penn State right now. They're basically saying, hey, we're going to run the ball and do some heavy play action off of it.
This time Zwinek tackled after a nominal gain. Jason Ankra and others bring him down. That'll be a pickup of 1.
Nebraska really loading the line of scrimmage because of the Penn State formation. With only one wide receiver, you could put almost 10 guys in the box in there because you just need one guy outside to cover. Now they go to a 2-receiver set, double tight end set here.
And a flag down on the field.
Ball start. Offense, number 28. 5-yard penalty.
On the tailback's Zwinek. That's the first penalty against Penn State.
It's been a clean game so far.
One of the things that Bill O'Brien's teams have done each of the last 2 years. Very few penalty yards.
See Zwinek lean forward there, just a little too soon.
Officials are good.
Boy, that was they have good. Those officials have good eyes on that one.
Just one penalty for each team so far this afternoon. Hackenberg tries to get it out to Robinson, and the pass is a little too swift for the junior receiver.
That wasn't going anywhere anyway. Ciante Evans played that one very well. That's a good miss right there. Ciante would have had a loss. They were tackled for loss on that one. But that ball was humming, Eric. He put some steam on it. But Ciante's so smart at reading those screens today. That's why you're not seeing a lot of those by Penn State.
Third and a bunch. Lined against the 35. And a wraparound handoff. Zwinek is brought down. Randy Gregory, a man's man, able to make that tackle. Really didn't have much support behind him and able to bring back Zwinek by himself.
Well, the fans are booing the play call, but that's a good call. You're down there deep in your own territory. That's a good call by Bill O'Brien. You're 3rd and 14. Let's not, the game's close here. Let's not get crazy. That was a good call.
Butterworth's kick. Fair catch called for. And it's made by Westerkamp. How about some hockey coming your way? Next Friday, rivals are going to hit the ice in Ann Arbor. The Wolverines hosting Ohio State at Yost Ice Arena. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Friday, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. That'll be right before the Wolverines and Ohio State play on the football field.
I'm glad there's a little hockey coming in the Big Ten. I loved hockey as a kid. Believe it or not, I could skate a little bit.
A little bit, huh?
Yeah. Pistol formation.
Kellogg still the quarterback, hands it off to Abdullah. And Abdullah looking for space, able to get a gain of 2. Let's go to Dave Revson for a studio update.
Eric, thanks. Wisconsin extending its lead over Minnesota. Joel Stabby to Jared Abbrederis, his 7th TD grab of the year, puts the Badgers on top 20-7 in Minneapolis.
Maybe that magic carpet ride is coming to an end for Minnesota. They have just been terrific over the last month and a half.
Playing a great football team, Wisconsin.
2nd down and 7, 3 receivers. Left side, they go the other way, and the pass is complete. Brandon Riley getting a rare opportunity. That's just his 2nd catch of the season. A pickup of 10, and the chains will move.
Great footwork by Ron Kellogg. He had a fake to the left. He has to move his feet all the way around to the right and throw a slant over the middle and find defenders. That's harder than it looks. That was great footwork by Ron Kellogg.
Riley, a local kid from right there in Lincoln, Nebraska. Monty Cross with the carry. Tackle made by Glenn Carson. Glenn Carson, one of the 17 seniors playing their final game here at Beaver Stadium. Carson has played in every single game since he arrived here on campus with 33 starts.
I love these seniors. The way 2 years ago when the sanctions came down, Eric, they had a chance to leave, go somewhere without being penalized, and they all stayed, including Glenn Carson. These seniors will be remembered for a long time here.
2nd down and 8. Kellogg wants to throw. Pass is high, and Kenny Bell not able to bring it down. Didn't look like he was that interested in bringing it down either.
That was a pretty good throw. It was a little high, but it was a nice throw with some pressure in his face. Again, an inside slant route. He had a play action. He's got to move his feet all the way around. He has Daquan Jones right in his face. He almost completed the ball. Now you're in a 3rd and long situation. Not what Nebraska wants.
Play clock down to 5. Kellogg has a man open, and Bell can't make the play.
Had a wide open corner route, and Kellogg just underthrew it. He had just laid out to the sideline a little bit more, Eric. He has a completion on a normal track. A normal playing surface, Bell probably would have stopped and been able to catch that ball, but you saw him slip down.
So this will be the 6th punt for Nebraska.
It was a good design in the play call, just needed to execute.
Fultz gets this one to turn over and lands inside the 5, and it'll be down at the 1. Sam Birch on the special teams, able to get down before the ball got into the goal line and down it at the 1. Penn State, they're going to have the football, but they're 99 yards away from a touchdown when we come back. Conference basketball season is off and running. Tonight, more men's basketball on BTN. The Badgers hosting Oral Roberts in Madison. Coverage starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on BTN and BTN to go. Frank Kaminsky set a Wisconsin record for points in a game with 43 earlier this week. Junior from Chicago, coming of age.
Backed up here. Don't worry about faking or anything. Make sure the ball carrier has the ball secure on the handoffs down here deep.
Zach Zwinek surges forward out to the 4-yard line. Penn State playing this afternoon without Bill Belton. Belton sick late in the week, wasn't able to practice last couple of days. So it has been all Zach Zwinek with a couple of carries by Akil Lynch. And now the century mark for the 3rd straight week. Zwinek with 10 career games over 100 yards. There's Bill Belton. He's been braving this weather, knowing he's not going to be able to play this afternoon.
Another run formation. Wide receiver, one wide receiver only.
Play action. Hackenberg out of his end zone. Wants a bunch. Scott Robinson. He's got it. Out to midfield.
Just a heavy play action. One wide receiver route to the outside. Very safe play and throw. Why not? He's your all-star. Give him a chance. Get the ball. Throw it up there high. Great concentration on Robinson's part. Flips the field. Get great field position now.
43 yards on that pitch and catch. Now back to the ground game. Zwinek tackled after a 1-yard gain. Let's go to Dave Bresson for a studio update.
Eric, Ohio State appears to be on its way to Indy. Braxton Miller, Dontre Wilson here, 28-0, now 35-0 after that touchdown. Buckeyes rolling.
There's some style points. Thanks, Dave. Not only the offense humming for Urban Meyer's crew, but also the defense. Oh, and this ball, a beautiful interception, Deontay Evans. He got the left hand on it and was able to corral it. And that is going to be a turnover, giving the ball back over to the Cornhuskers.
I'm so impressed with Deontay Evans as a ball player. The way they move him around, he plays corner, he plays nickel back inside. Here he is right here on a just Hackenberg trying to get it outside. He's late with the ball right now. You got to be careful. What a great play. Just gets a hand up, makes a play.
That ties Stanley Jean-Baptiste for the team high in interceptions with 4. Yes. An exceptional starting field position.
I mean, he does everything. Maybe he'll play a little offense years out.
Ron Kellogg hands the ball off. Kellogg not much of a threat to run at all. Amir Abdullah is stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, I don't think this is a good call, trying to go right up the middle on the Penn State defense. It has not worked so far for Nebraska, unless they are going to use that play to set up some play action, which is what offensive coordinator Tim Beck might be doing here with those inside runs to set up some play action down the road.
Option left side, and Abdullah. Gain of a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down. John, how's that Nebraska offensive line look to you?
Well, basically enough, I think they're doing a great job. They've got another right tackle in there, number 57, Zach Sterra. And this is the 5th combination today that they've had. When you start shuffling those guys around, communication becomes key. And I tell you what, Pelini at the center there is doing a great job of getting everybody going in the right direction.
Talking about Mark Pelini, the nephew of head coach Bo Pelini. 3rd down and 5.
And that's a great observation by John, because it is hard to communicate, especially when it's loud, with new offensive linemen moving around.
Design rollout right side. Kellogg throws on the run. It's caught by Westerkamp. That'll be enough for a 1st down. Pickup of 13.
And Westerkamp is running really good routes right now. Very crisp in and out of his cuts. He's given Kellogg a nice target to throw the ball. They executed, got a big 3rd down conversion on a rollout. In the pocket, protect the offensive line, and making an easier throw and read for the quarterback.
Abdullah fell down. Don't believe he was touched.
They had a nice play here. Look at that big gap right there, run through.
Kellogg in trouble. Pickup of 12 for the senior from Omaha.
Just love the way Kellogg's playing right now. He has a blitz. They don't have enough guys to block. Spark for this Nebraska team.
Started his career as a walk-on. He's been awarded with a scholarship. Looking into the end zone. Kaiser breaks up the pass intended for Westerkamp.
And that
Now, we've seen this combination before, Kellogg and Westerkamp, and usually it works out well. Last play of the game against Northwestern. Well, they'll remember that play. Four receivers in the game. Design rollout left side, and it's
calling by offensive coordinator Tim Beck right now. Just mixing it up. Combinations. You got to help those guys out. Rollouts really help.
Wide of the mark, looking for Kenny Bell.
Both teams right now are bringing the blitz at the right time, and they've been effective all game long for both teams. There's Penn State bringing a blitz, safety blitz here.
Okay, this could be an adventure. Field goal unit comes out. Exceedingly windy right now. Now the wind is at the back of the kicker, Pat Smith, this entire season.
All about the footing here, the plant.
No worries.
Good plant, nice kick. Has the wind at his back. Took advantage of a nice drive by Nebraska.
So Nebraska, they get the turnover, the interception by Seattle. 4 points on the board. 1:11 remaining in the third quarter, and the lead is 4 for the Cornhuskers.
That was back position, and you could just feel.
Deontay Evans has had an interesting day. Actually went back into the locker room in the first quarter with an injury. And ever since he's been back, he's been a factor at that interception. Well, not going to have an opportunity. Ball goes through the back of the end zone. Touchback. Performance given to us by Ron Kellogg. Off the bench, 14 of 20. Throwing for a touchdown, throwing 100.
You know, he had the pocket fumble, which hurt. He's got to squeeze the ball there when he's getting some pressure. Other than that, he's made really good decisions all day long. And again, just one wide receiver.
Play action. Good pitching catch. They find Kyle Carter.
Backfield on a little flat route. Off a heavy play action again.
But the ball actually went off the foot and kicked out of bounds. A gain of 20.
Nice play call by Bill O'Brien. Get some field position here.
It's out to midfield.
I like the way Bill O'Brien uses all of his tight ends in his offense. He moves them around. He makes the defense stay in a run defense, and then he'll surprise you with the pass to those tight ends in the flat or on corner routes when you're playing a run-type defense.
Under a half minute to play here in our third quarter. Another look. Swinack swallowed. It'll bring up a third down. We probably won't have that third down until we get to the fourth quarter. So Bill O'Brien, one of the great offensive minds in the college game, is going to have some time to think about it. What does he have up his sleeve on a critical third down with the Nittany Lions trailing by 4, just 15 minutes remaining on senior day? BTN football is presented by John Deere. Getting ready to start our fourth quarter. This has been an entertaining game to watch with my partner, Chuck Long and John Jansen. I'm Eric Collins. We have got a critical third down and 3 for Penn State. Kind of stay on the field. Freshman quarterback Hackenberg has a man wide open. It's the tight end, Jesse James. And he's still in bounds. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
There's that tight end play I was talking about. Now look at Christian. He turns the other way from the fake, which really threw Nebraska off. You got to make the tackle. You got to get him out of bounds. And Great power and strength by James breaking through that tackle. There's that tight end play, Eric, I was talking about. Bill O'Brien uses tight ends better than anybody in the country.
Sam Ficken hits the extra point. And on the first play of the fourth quarter, Penn State has regained the lead.
It's that same flat route that has given Nebraska problems. In Nebraska's defense now, you get a lot of one-on-one matchups with tight ends and running backs. That is the weakness of their defense, and Penn State took advantage of that.
Corey Cooper was not able to push Jesse James out of bounds, and there's a reason for that. Jesse James, 6'7", 257 pounds. He was able to tightrope that sideline.
Powered right through, but Corey Cooper has to make that play. He's got to get him out of bounds. Make it a big gain, not a touchdown.
That's the longest play of our game. Longest play from scrimmage. And it's...
Bo Pelini knows it. It's just a little crossing pick play with the tight end in the flat. But you got to get him out of bounds. Great play by James.
Squib kick. They don't want to give Kenny Bell an opportunity to return this. Each of the last 2 weeks, Penn State's kickoff unit has allowed a kickoff return touchdown, and they don't want that to happen anymore, so just a squib kick, sacrificing yards, but not giving up a touchdown.
Yeah, sometimes you just, after a while, you just have to give in and say, look, we're not good at that. Let's just squib it instead of trying to force the issue. You know, we've already talked about it on the sideline. We're not very good at it. Let's just squib it. Smart play. We'll work on it next week.
Haven't seen Tommy Armstrong since the third series of this game for Nebraska. It has been all Ron Kellogg III ever since. Kellogg with Abdullah next to him. Here Abdullah has not had his normal electric game. At front wall of Alanian, Jones, Austin Johnson, and Anthony Zettel, they have all been really stout in that run game.
And I think Kellogg should have pulled that one and ran it himself. That was a quarterback read on the defensive end. I think Kellogg had a chance to pull that one and keep it himself for a good gain. Those are tough decisions to make, though.
Kellogg not nearly the runner that Armstrong is. His inclination is always to pass it.
And that's what they're giving up a little bit with Ron Kellogg, is the quarterback run game.
2nd down and 8, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to squeeze it out to the tight end, Sethan Carter. Would have been a nominal gain.
Yeah, nice job here.
That's Anthony Zettel.
Yeah, good job by Zettel. Alters the flight of the football, and you can't get it accurate. They're showing blitz, but it looks like they're going to back out of it.
Abdullah can't turn the corner. Mike Hall with the tackle.
Penn State did a nice job of forcing Nebraska to audible to an option. They gave them a false look defensively, because that's been Nebraska's go-to play against certain man-to-man coverage. Penn State fooled them on that one. Showed man, got back to zone, stopped the option play, which has been a staple for Nebraska. They have really limited Nebraska's option game all day long. And that's a credit to Penn State, John Butler, defensive coordinator at Penn State.
Folds kicking into the wind. It's a fairly low kick. It keeps it away from those nasty breezes up high. Fair catch is called for and made after a 44-yard punt. There is a flag down on the field. We've had very few penalties so far in today's game.
It's been a clean game. Bo not happy with the movement.
Legal formation on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty being forced from the end of the kick. 1st down.
So Nebraska up against it. It had been a 44-yard punt, but it's really just a 39-yard punt after a 5-yard penalty. Improves the field position for Penn State. 13:32 remaining in this one. Nittany Lions on top by 3.
The penalty didn't hurt him too bad, but you never want penalties on special teams, especially special teams.
Well, on senior day, the true freshman quarterback, Christian Hackenberg, typical numbers for him. Closing in on 200 yards passing, a couple of touchdowns. He has been picked off once. On the ground, Swidak surges forward to the 29.
Give it back to your workhorse here with the lead in the 4th quarter. Try to grind out some yards and some clock. And there's no better player to give to than Zach Swidak.
Really the only option. Bill Belt not in uniform today. Dealing with the sickness last couple of days.
Going back to some 2 receiver sets with 2 tight ends. Keep your tight ends in the game.
Stretch play. They give it to Swidak, who gets out to the 40. Oh, he's met with some force, but it's going to be another first down. Leroy Alexander, the tackle, but a gain of 11.
Nice game by Swidak. Nice hit by Alexander. That was a great tackle in the open field. To keep Swidak from gaining more yards, but that was a nice hole by the offensive line, opening that up on Nebraska's defensive line. Just an inside stretch play.
125 yards now for Swidak. And again, they feed him. The bull from Frederick, Maryland. Another good gain on first down, a pickup of 4. You'll take that.
You will, and he's getting them into some second and medium, second and shorts. These are rundowns. Look for Bill O'Brien to call another run here on a second medium. This is a rundown, especially in the 4th quarter, to eat some clock with the lead. Going to an empty formation on a second medium.
Hackenberg throws incomplete. Nobody home, looking for the tight end, Adam Brenneman.
Now, I think Bill O'Brien is a great play caller, but I did not like that call there. It's second medium. You need to run the ball. Now it's third and medium. Tough down and distance to get a first down. Second medium, run the ball, get yourself in a third and short. He's a great play caller. Did not like that one.
Let's see what he's thinking about. 3rd down and 5. So far today, in a windy, cold afternoon, 35 rushes for the Nittany Lions.
Good balance with his play calling there, though, between pass and run. Man-to-man defense from Nebraska.
Here comes the blitz. It's picked up. Hackenberg, pass incomplete. Oh, Robinson, the All-American candidate, should have made that play.
And they had a great play call there. A little pick play. Legal pick play, I should say. Nebraska brought the blitz. They picked it up nice. Had a nice little pocket. Nice little hole in there to catch the ball. One of the rare drops by Robinson.
Ball bounces a couple of times. Cornhuskers stay away from it. And it'll be down at the 14-yard line. Well, a chance for Nebraska. They'll have the football. Down by 3 when we come back. The Nittany Lion may be the warmest soul here in Beaver Stadium. Temperature is in the low 30s, wind chill in the low 20s. Got to do whatever you want to do. Can do it. Wear whatever you need to wear to stay warm.
That mask is probably warm.
All right, homestanding Penn State Nittany Lions. They've got a lead on senior day, but it is precarious. 3-point lead for the Nittany Lions. Nebraska's got the football.
Nebraska's spreading it out again.
Kellogg. Pass is complete. Brandon Riley, his 2nd catch of the game, now has 3 catches on the year. Pickup of 8.
That's a dangerous throw. He threw from one hash to the other side of the field with the wind. Going into a wind. That is a long and dangerous throw, but he put it out there on time.
Second down and short. Kellogg, not much of a runner. You see it right there. Actually loses yards. And it will bring up third down. Let's go down to the field. Hey, John Jansen, what's happening right now defensively at Penn State?
Well, if you take a look on the sideline of Penn State, it's best if the defense knows what the personnel is on the field. Right? They've been holding up 11. That means there's one running back, one tight end, 3 receivers. Every time you see that personnel group, the first number means how many running backs, the second one how many tight ends, and then they fill in the receivers. Tendencies with each group.
Big third down and 7.
They're in a third and long again. They had a second one. They should have run the ball on second one. Now they're back in the third and long.
Kellogg throws underneath and Bell drops the football. Would have been interesting to see if he could have beaten Jordan Lucas. But we'll never know. Fourth down and 7.
Well, just a little crossing route. Put it right on the money, but Lucas is right there to make the tackle. It would have been a minimal gain, but it would have kept the clock going. But it goes back to that second one. Nebraska has second one. You run the ball there. In a game like this where it's tight, you have to play the percentages somewhat on down and distance in your play calling. Second one, run the ball, get the first again, keep the clock, keep the drive alive. They went back to a third long and couldn't convert.
Nice punt. Yellow Valley stays up for a while and then is dropped at the 33-yard line. So Nebraska needs a stop now. Penn State on top 20-17. Don't forget tonight the final drive is going to bring you all the scores, the stories, and the highlights from a busy day around the conference. The final drive tonight after our game right here on BTN.
Well, this is with the league now again. Looks like Bill O'Brien's going to go back to a run formation, run the ball like he did before, just play the percentages on the down and distance a little bit more.
Klinek has fumbled the ball a couple of times this year. Worried about that. 2 hands on the football. And he's tackled after a gain of 1 by Malik Collins.
Now on second long, the percentage is, hey, you can run or pass on a second long. Second medium, you want to favor running the ball. So here is usually a 50-50 type of percentage. But you don't need anything long here, just something short if you're going to throw the football. Or throw it to one of your running backs.
Penn State dominating the total yards here in the second half. Hackenberg's pass looking for Robinson, incomplete. Coverage by Stanley Jean-Baptiste.
Tried a short pass, which is smart. Nice and tall in the pocket. He wanted that receiver to go out away from the defender. That's where he was throwing the ball, trying to lead Robinson out away from the defender. Now they're in an empty set, and they have to throw the ball here.
Underneath, this time the catch is made by Robinson, but he's tackled immediately.
Crossing route by Penn State, which a lot of teams try to do on this Nebraska defense, the way they play coverage. Well defended by Nebraska. They had nobody open down the field, so that was a smart throw. It was a proper read by Hackenberg. It just not enough for the first down, but that was the right read.
Senior Butterworth. His kick is short, and it's fair caught by Westerkamp. Punt of just 36 yards. Now Nebraska, they're down by 3, but they've got the football when we come back.
Football on BTN is brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state.
Well, you could go to the Palmer Museum of Art, or you could hang with us outdoors here at Beaver Stadium here at State College with Chuck Long and John Jansen. I'm Eric Collins.
Nice and warm in there.
Very warm. Not so warm here. but a lot of excitement. Under 9 minutes to play. Kellogg's pass incomplete, looking for Kenny Bell.
Well, after a great first half by Ron Kellogg, he was 11 of 13 in the first half. Eric, he's 4 of 11 now in the second half. Penn State's starting to tighten up in the pass game. So as a coordinator now, Tim Beck being the offensive coordinator, the throwing game has not been as good. Got to get that run game going a little bit more.
Haven't seen much of Abdullah in a while. Instead, it's Kenny Bell with a chance. And Bell dives out across the first down line. 3 more downs for Ron Kellogg and the Cornhuskers.
Nice job. It was really the same pattern as before. They had a corner route by the inside slot receiver and a hitch route by the outside receiver. And this time he dumped it down to the outside, got a nice first down throw out of it. Smart play.
Nebraska's only touchdown here in the second half, a kickoff return for a touchdown by Kenny Bell. Now Abdullah gets into the secondary. Abdullah, he's got world-class speed. He's got a chance. Abdullah, touchdown! Oh, there's a flag down on the play. That would be a 62-yard touchdown. But there is a flag down.
They went pistol formation and hit him with an inside zone, spread out the defense. Just a matter of time before they hit something like that, but let's see what the penalty is. Nebraska's not liking it. It'll be a holding down the field.
Personal foul. Offense. Number 9. Late unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Sam Birch, the sophomore from Murdoch, Nebraska, called for this hit right there.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I don't know about that call. I'm in agreement with Bo Pelini here. Maybe a block in the back, maybe at the most.
Number 9 right there.
I don't know. Looks like he had his head in front.
The runner hadn't crossed the goal line. It wasn't like the play was over.
No, he had his head in front too. I don't know about that call. I'd be upset too.
So that's going to cost the touchdown and 27 yards. The ball will be brought back to the 27-yard line, and Penn State still with the lead.
That's how you teach it.
Let's see how Nebraska rallies. Throw back to the tight end, Ethan Carter. He's tackled immediately by Adrian Amos.
Amos made a nice play staying backside. That was a design rollout. They were trying to slip the tight end on the front side and sneak into the backside while the defense was over pursuing. Amos did a nice job of staying backside, Eric, and holding his ground, waiting for it.
Movement on the line. Austin Johnson came across. Was he induced?
Offside. Defense. Number 99. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That was good cadence by Kellogg there. You can really use your voice for voice inflection to draw people off sides.
So a world of possibilities here for the Cornhuskers. Second down and 1. They keep it on the ground. Abdullah's got the first down.
There you go. There's that percentage I was talking about, Eric. Second one, second short, run the football. Offensive coordinator Tim Beck corrected himself from the previous series. Said, hey, we need to run that ball in second one, second 2, get the first down. First downs, Eric, are hard to get. They're hard to get at any level. When you have a chance to get them, get them.
Closing in on the 7-minute mark of our fourth quarter.
Look for some crossing routes here with this tight wide receiver set by Nebraska if they throw the ball.
They run it with Abdullah. Looking for something, there is nothing. Brandon Bell, true freshman linebacker, makes the tackle. This is a guy who has come on in recent weeks.
Now remember here, you have a chance for 3 points. So you don't want to give that up and take a sack at any time right now.
Another 100-yard day for Abdullah. Not on the field right now. Throwing the football and almost an interception. Jordan Lucas broke so well on that football to break it up.
And Lucas is playing very well right now. Very smart football by Lucas in this series defensively. Big third down. You like to get that ball to the middle of the field somehow, some way for the 3 points. If you don't get the first. Let's see if they stay on the ground here. They work for the 3.
Nebraska struggling on third down. They're just 2 for 16 converting third downs today. Play clock down to 2. They get it off. Option. Out to Amani Cross. And Cross has got the first down. Inside the 1.
Great call by offensive coordinator Tim Beck. They'll get back to the option, which has not been working. That is really being patient as a play caller because it has not been working. You see it, you call it, you get the first.
They keep Cross in. He's the eye back. And Cross lowers the head, didn't cross the goal line. And bring up second down.
That was a gutsy call by Tim Beck, the previous call on that option there, especially when it's not working. Here it is, just an ISO play with a puller. Run it again.
You know, for the first time all afternoon long, we're starting to see penalty flags. Such a well-played game.
Ball start. Offense. In the 63. 5-yard penalty.
I don't know if the noise bothered him down there.
That's Andrew Rodriguez, who began the game at right guard. He's now playing right tackle. And he's called for the penalty.
And that's tough. It's tough going from one position to another. Even with the cadence. This is that option formation they had last time.
Abdullah back in the game. Kellogg's got it. He's dropped. Brandon Bell, another tackle.
Just a little quarterback power with a pulling guard. Abdullah had the block. He just didn't block them. They had hats. If he would have just blocked them, they might have scored the touchdown. Big call right here on 3rd and goal.
Nebraska needs more time.
Smart.
First of the
Smart
half.
timeout.
We have 30 seconds. Charge timeout.
Okay, we're going to keep it here. While we have a moment, let's take you back to what we thought was the touchdown run by Amir Abdullah.
I just saw that was a good block.
They called the penalty on number 9, Birch, and Bo Pelini absolutely stunned.
I mean, he had his head in front. Looked like he had his head in front there. Now, if he hit him from behind, that's obviously a penalty, but it wasn't a real big hit.
That's a tough way to take some points off the board. Nebraska still got an opportunity to avoid a field goal. They still have a 3rd down, but let's take one last look.
See number 9 coming in here from the right side of your screen. All right. It looks like his head is in front. He's right in the front of the shoulder pad.
you can make the argument he didn't need to do that.
He didn't need to do that.
Abdulah's going to score anyway.
Yeah, you never want to block behind. He's going to score. You shouldn't block behind like that anyway.
But that still is a really difficult call to make. And Bo Pelini just discussed it. Okay, after the timeout, 3rd down and goal. Ball spotted at the 5. Kellogg to throw. The senior looking for something. Kellogg stoned. And the ball comes loose. It appears as if Nebraska's recovered.
Wow.
Rolling on the field is 4th down.
He took a shot to Eric. I mean a shot.
Officials timeout. Injured player.
Trying to get in the end zone is a great effort on Kellogg's part, but he took a hit.
Mike Hull met him at the goal line.
And when it's cold like this, it hurts even a little bit more. Great job by Hull knocking that ball out.
How tough are these guys? Kellogg for wanting to just get his head down and get in the end zone, and Hull for wanting to stop him at any cost.
Smart play, trying to get in. That's tough football. He's a tough young man. He took a shot. Especially with a linebacker like Hull.
Ron Kellogg played the majority of this game substituting for Tommy Armstrong.
Ooh, that ball was sneaking out of there.
It was fumbled, but it was recovered by a Cornhusker. So to tie the game, Pat Smith comes on now. Just a 19-yard attempt. That one barely snuck through. Kind of a tough angle, but Smith able to navigate it. And we are tied at 20. So the penalty on Nebraska that takes the touchdown off the board, it ends up costing them 4 points. Instead of the touchdown, they settle for the field goal and the tie. We've had a little bit of everything this afternoon and early evening here in State College. We have 4 minutes and 29 seconds remaining, and we have a 2020 tie, final home game of the year at Beaver Stadium.
We're having some fun right now, Eric. This is a great ball game. We've had weather. It's cleared up now.
We've had disputed calls. Good
quarterback play.
It's not the first time today a ball has fallen off the tee. This kickoff will be into the wind. Should be returnable for Penn State. Keel Lynch back deep alongside Geno Lewis. And Lewis fields it 4 or 5 yards deep, and he'll take a knee, so we will have a touchback. Our Duluth hardest working player, Zach Swinak, 131 yards. This coming off a week when he had 149 last week against Purdue.
Swinak's been their go-to player all year. The workhorse right now, with Belton being out. And he seems to get stronger as the game goes, Eric, which is the sign of a good back.
Does anything change with the offense right now? Tie game, 3 timeouts remaining for Penn State.
Nothing changes.
Swinak has the football and a big gain on 1st down.
There's where the run game is important with 4 minutes to go in the game. Because you want to score, obviously, to win the game, but you want to eat clock at the same time.
Gain of 9 for Swinak.
That same formation. Second one should be a run call.
Nothing fancy about that. Another first down for the Nittany Lions.
Well, you know he's going to get you at least a yard. He never takes a lost yardage play.
They have been a little bit nicked up. Swinek is going to leave the field of play. So they bring in Akil Lynch, redshirt freshman from Toronto. 3 seniors on the offensive line for Penn State. The center Howell, the right guard Herschel, and the right tackle Adam Gress, all playing their final home game at Beaver Stadium. And they've been successful today. Wide open! Robinson, another catch. Finally dragged down by Josh Mitchell, but a huge gainer, 22 yards.
Well, they went one-on-one for some reason with Josh Mitchell on Allen Robinson, which is not a good matchup. It was a good job by Penn State going to a 3-receiver side to one side and Robinson by himself on the other to get that one-on-one coverage. A total mismatch for Penn State. Robinson now over 1,300 yards on the season. And Lynch holding on to that football with 2 hands, barrels forward. Zach Swinek going to come back on the field after that gain of 5 for Lynch. There's a good push by the offensive line for 5 yards. Again, you're going to play the percentages when you're calling plays right now. You're in a second medium. Run the ball again. Get yourself into a 3rd and manageable if you don't get the first down. Clock continues to move. 2.5 minutes remaining. 2 tight end formation. And Hackenberg's using some play clock here.
Met in the hole and brought down. David Santos with the tackle along with Randy Gregory.
The key to the zone play, Eric, is to stay patient on the front side first. In this case, to the right side. He didn't stay patient enough there and went backside too quick.
3rd down and 4. What's the play call here?
You throw the ball unless you know you're going to go for it on 4th down. He could have 2 downs right now to get the first, but let's see if they go to a run formation with a pass.
Hackenberg in trouble. Gonna have to get rid of it. 4th down.
They went to a run formation, Eric, to get a run defense to throw the ball. But they've been trying this little pick play all day long. They've been successful, except for this one. Nebraska sniffed it out. Nice defensive call and play.
That actually loses a yard. Clock has stopped with exactly 100 seconds remaining. It looks as if Penn State's going to punt the football. On a nasty day weather-wise, they don't want to think about a long field goal, so they're going to punt the football away, it appears.
Yeah, 3 timeouts is wise. So you can call your time, pin Nebraska down deep, and call timeouts. Good execution. This is good. This is smart.
So Alex Butterworth, playing in his final game at Beaver Stadium, does a great job of dropping that ball inside the 10-yard line. It's down at the 5. And now shifting back to Nebraska. What will we see at Orland Kellogg? Last time he was on the field, he was absolutely annihilated right at the goal line. Hit so hard he fumbled the football. You hope he's okay. He's going to stay on the field with his team.
Well, you're not throwing the ball very well in the second half. The completion percentage has gone down. So you have to be careful about throwing the ball and stopping the clock on an incompletion. You almost want to run the ball here coming out and make Penn State use their timeouts at least to get rid of those 3 timeouts.
Kellogg under center now. Hands it off Abdullah. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, make Penn State burn their timeouts.
This is the last time Nebraska had the ball. Kellogg crunched by Mike Hall. Lost the football and was down on the field for an extended period.
And he might be still a little woozy from that hit. But that's a smart play call for Nebraska. Make Penn State burn a timeout. And you might see that again now. Make them burn their timeouts so when they do, if they do have to punt the ball, Penn State has no timeouts to drive the ball.
Those linemen always looking out for their quarterback, opening up their jacket and making sure Ron Kellogg stays nice and warm.
No one ever did that to me. That must be the new generation.
That's the tight end, Sam Cotton. Whatever's necessary.
It's a tight end. It wasn't a lineman. Linemen don't do that for quarterbacks. So right now, Eric, I would come out and run the ball again. You're backed up. You have not been throwing the ball very well. And if you do throw it, obviously you have to complete it, because an incomplete, that's like another timeout for Penn State. You don't want that. It stops the clock. Trying to burn timeout, the Penn State timeouts right now.
Nittany Lions showing blitz. Oh, ball's loose. Kellogg falls on it at the 1.
All right, that's not what they want, obviously, but he was smart enough to get on the ball. It will keep the clock, make Penn State burn another timeout. You're 3rd and 14. Right now, I would be thinking this. Get some room for your punter. The punter has no room right now to punt the ball, or not much. Run the ball, burn the last Penn State timeout, and get some room for your punter at least. Get a few yards with a run here.
So since Kellogg was hit hard by Mike Hall, he's taken 1 snap under center and handed it off, and taken another snap out of the shotgun and bobbled that snap.
And they had a run call there, which was a good call. You say, well, don't go shotgun down there, but it's been a shotgun offense for them. Just mishandled the snap. Well, Kellogg's played well. He's given this team a spark. He's given this offense a spark today. Get a good, safe handoff here. Make Penn State burn their timeout. Try to get some room for your punter.
From the 1-yard line. Kellogg wants to throw. Just throws it up for a new one. Can't make the play. Flag. A flag down. Jordan Lucas.
Or do that. They gave it a shot. What a great call, a risky call.
Defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. Automatic. First down.
It looked like the corner never looked at the ball. Yes. You have to look back. Lucas has to look back for the ball. And he did not do that. That is a good call. A risky call by Tim Beck, and it worked out. Got the pass interference.
College game, so it's just a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul. Nebraska still needs a whole bunch of yardage. Pass is complete. This is Abdullah out of the backfield, and Abdullah able to get out of bounds. We saw him so tenacious a couple of weeks ago on a 4th down catch against Northwestern, final drive of the game to keep the game alive. That same urgency and tenacity for Abdullah there for a pickup of 13.
Yeah, great clock management. Obviously, now you're in 2-minute mode, trying to win the game. They have some room to work with coming out now.
4-man rush. Kellogg steps up. Incomplete, batted down. Good defense by the senior, Glenn Carson.
Have to be careful about throwing inside when you're rolling out of the pocket. Don't throw back inside. Kellogg does a nice job getting outside the pocket. He's throwing across his body inside. You have to find those defenders, and you don't see them all the time. Good job by Carson there, breaking it up.
Nebraska going into a stiff wind. Complete over the middle. Westerkamp to the 40. That's enough for a first down. Clock will stop at 54 ticks.
You have 2 timeouts now. You have to take a timeout. The clock's rolling by 30, 35 seconds. You have to do it then. So you're okay not to use one here. but you better hurry.
Kellogg running out of time. Incomplete.
Yeah, throw the ball away. It's all about clock right now, not downs.
Patrick Smith, his career long is 46. I don't know if 46 is going to be an option today. Kicking into the teeth of a 25-mile-an-hour wind.
You're going to have to get down there pretty far. Get down to that 20-yard line or so.
Movement on the line. Nebraska pointing at Penn State.
I think it's going to be on Nebraska. Well, maybe not.
False start. Offense on the 57. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Zach Sturp has played the majority of the second half.
Be smart. You do not want to throw an interception right now. And give Penn State a chance. You could be in field goal range. You have to be smart on the second long.
Out to Abdullah. A flag is down. Abdullah can't make the play.
And that was a good read by Kellogg and had a nice play.
Things falling apart right now for Bo Pelini's bunch.
You almost have to think now.
Offense. Number 57. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Now you're really in long yard situation. Now you have to think about running the ball here and making Penn State use their timeout.
Penalties on back-to-back plays for Zach Sturp. This one caught off the shoe tops by Abdullah, but nothing there at all. Stops the clock with 28 seconds left. Now this is almost just like a Hail Mary situation, right? Third down and 20.
Well, you're third and 20, and I know you're trying to get out of bounds on a 2-minute drill. This is a dangerous spot for Nebraska.
Incomplete. Would have been close to the first down marker, but Enunwa can't bring it in.
See, that's the one thing about that series. When you threw it, you had Abdullah getting out of bounds, which you wanted to stay in bounds there and make Penn State use that timeout. Now you're punting the ball, and you're giving Penn State a chance with a timeout. It was important for Nebraska to make Penn State use that last timeout somehow, some way. They did not do that. So now Penn State has a chance with the ball and a timeout.
A couple of penalties for Zach Sturp on that last drive, and he's the first person that Bo Pelini talks to on his way to the sideline.
Working 2 full-time jobs.
So with this kind of time left here, Eric, you basically they're going to have probably 3 plays when they get the ball.
This is my life at Penn State lives here.
They're going to have 1 timeout and 3 plays. And that timeout's big because you can throw the ball over the middle instead of using the sideline to try to get the ball out of bounds. A timeout allows you to throw the ball over the middle.
And it's important to remember as well that Nebraska's punting into a wind.
And that's another key factor. All these things come into play in games like this.
Well, right now, Penn State does not have anyone back to return this punt. They're going to sell out trying to get a block.
Going for the block.
Here they come. They don't get it. Penn State looks like they're playing for overtime. This is going to bleed a ton of clock. Nebraska would be wise not to touch it. Just let it roll around for a while, take off some game clock. There's only 10 seconds remaining.
Well, just sit on the ball right now. Played overtime.
These two teams have played fantastic games over the years. Many people consider the 1982 game right here at Beaver Stadium between Nebraska and Penn State one of the greatest games ever played here at Penn State. And we've got another dandy tonight. Looks like it's going to go into overtime. That will be the final play of regulation. Both sides with missed opportunities through 60 minutes.
And how big is that missed extra point?
It's a 20-20 tie at the end of regulation. We will have overtime. Well, if you haven't seen an overtime this year, just to get you refreshed, both teams will have an opportunity to have the football. Both will start with a possession at the 25-yard line. If for some reason we are tied after 2 overtimes, both teams must attempt 2-point conversions after they score touchdowns.
And this is where you throw your normal game script away and get to your red zone script, Eric. It's all red zone offense right now in defense.
Now this is all new for Nebraska. Penn State, now they're 2-0 this year in overtime. Bo Pelini, in his 6 years at Nebraska, has only been overtime twice, winning once and losing once.
It's something you work once a week in practice usually, but again, it's just red zone offense and defense. Everything shrinks in the passing game down there. Run game becomes vitally important.
Carson, Daquan Jones, Gary Gilliam going out for Penn State on senior day one final time.
So Nebraska, you will get the call of the toss. Heads, American flag. Tails, Marine Corps emblem. Your call is heads. It is heads. Heads.
So Nebraska, they have won the toss.
Nebraska has won the toss. Elected to go on defense first. Penn State will be on offense on the north end of the end zone. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, this is one of the many reasons why we're here right now. Tied at 20 in overtime. A missed extra point. This was back in the first quarter. Sam Ficken hitting the right upright. Turned out to be a huge play.
In close games, Eric, when you miss something like that early, it always comes back to get you at the end of the game.
The other huge play, or the huge call in this game, was just a moment ago. What appeared to be a touchdown run for Amir Abdullah was called back on the block in the back by Sam Birch. And instead of a touchdown, the ball was spotted at the 27, and Nebraska eventually had to settle for a field goal and not the touchdown.
Yeah, and it's a block you really don't need to make because the ball carrier's in front of you, but in the heat of the game, the speed of the game, you just never know if that defender's catching up or not. Tough call.
We couldn't end this game earlier.
Third overtime game of the year for Penn State. Zach Zwinek, chance for more yards. They give it to him. Gang tackled after a gain of 3, maybe 4. It'll bring up second down.
Good patience by Zach Zwinek. Didn't have anything front side on that zone play. You have from tackle to tackle to make that run. And he showed great patience, get to the backside, get some positive gain. Again, run game becomes very important in the red zone, especially in overtime.
Another Swinak run. He lunges forward to the 20. 3rd down and 5.
This is a throw down as long as you feel good about your field goal kicking from this vantage point. If you feel like you can make 3 here, go ahead and throw the football.
Both teams will be playing with the wind at their back here for this first possession of overtime. 3rd down and 5. Play action. Hackenberg looking for a tight end. Nobody open. Now he goes to the end line. Incomplete.
That was not a good decision by Hackenberg. He had plenty of room to run the ball, Eric. Would have got the 1st down, too. Sometimes you get locked onto that favorite receiver, obviously, with Robinson. But remember my rule? If you can run as far as you can throw it, run the ball. Robinson did not get out of his cut there. He got stuck in the top of his cut, couldn't get out of it quick enough.
37 yards for Sam Ficken. His kick is no good.
Again, that's just a young mistake by Hackenberg. He had, well, let's look at the kick here. Just like the extra point, he was right.
Ficken, for the most part, has been super solid all season long.
He really has. He's had a great year. But getting back to the Hackenberg play, it was a good call by Bill O'Brien. He ran a little bootleg off the run. Very safe play. But Hackenberg had some grass in front of him to run the ball.
All right, how aggressive do you get if you're Nebraska, knowing that all you need is a field goal to win?
Well, you like to keep it in the middle of the field if you can. Stay off that right hash.
They give to Abdullah. Gain of 4 on 1st down.
Smart call, just up the middle run. You keep the ball in the middle of the field. And right now, if you're feeling good about your field goal kicker, just keep running the ball, but keep it in the middle. That's where you got to coach your running back. And Abdullah, I'm sure they told him, Abdullah, hey, stay in the middle.
Well, it's now Terrell Newby in the backfield along with Amani Cross. And they give it to Cross, who barrels to the 19.
Yep, little ball position right now, Eric, just to keep it in the middle. They obviously got on the sideline and said, hey, told those running backs now, we can make it from here with our field goal kicker. Do not run to the outside to put that ball in the hash for a kicker. It makes it a harder kick.
Both sides with a timeout to work with here in overtime.
We expect Nebraska again to run the ball and run it right up the middle.
Play clock is at 7. Abdullah next to Kellogg. And the pass incomplete, would have been short of the 1st down marker.
Good not catching that football, because if they would have caught it, they would not have gotten the 1st, and the ball would have been on the right hash for the kicker, which it makes a harder kick. Good job of not catching that ball. I don't know if he was thinking about that or not. But now you have the ball in the middle of the field, which is where you want it.
Pat Smith, a chance to be a hero.
Timeout. Penn State, your 30-second charge, timeout. For the final charge, timeout.
I think Bill O'Brien wanting that timeout just to allow the student body behind the goalpost to fill in a little bit. All the students are streaking now behind the goalpost to the south end zone here, just trying to create a distraction.
Very smart on Bill O'Brien. He knows the student body. He's coached them up well, too. As you just said, Eric, they're all moving back there. They really know their football here in Penn State. They really do. Very smart football crowd.
Pat Smith has made a pair of field goals already in today's game. To win the game from 37 yards out, straight ahead. Before the snap whistles.
False start. Offense. In the 78. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
How does that happen?
Well, Pelini's saying, are you kidding me? How can this happen? I can't see it at all what happened. But that is just a killer.
They call it on Gibbons Price. So it's now a 42-yard attempt. It's good. Ball game over. Nebraska, they win in overtime.
Put it right down the middle. The 5 yards did not matter. Gutty win on the road for Nebraska against a team that's won all their Big Ten home games. Up until this point, that was a gutty road win for Nebraska.
Cornhuskers survive in inclement weather here in State College, courtesy of the big right leg of Pat Smith from 42 yards out.
Snap, hold were good. Put it right down the middle. That's why you got to keep the ball in the middle of the field. That is smart play calling by Nebraska in that overtime.
So Nebraska wins a game in which they do not score an offensive touchdown in the second half or overtime. Let's go down on the field with John Jansen standing by with Bo Pelini. John.
Coach, your kids fought hard all day long.
Yeah, they did. You know what? I'm proud of this team, and I mean, these kids just continue to show heart. And you know, we've been beat up, but they keep fighting together, and that's all you can ask.
You know, you talk about fighting hard. You get a touchdown, it gets called back. You can't make a field goal, it gets called back. But again, your kids continue to fight through everything.
No doubt. As I said, there's a lot of character on this team, and I'm proud of those kids. And I congratulate Penn State. That was a heck of a football game.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John. Great job today in inclement weather for you. Terrific work down there on the field. Bo Pelini just so relieved. His team seemed to make critical mistakes in that fourth quarter that could have cost them, but they survive against a very game Bill O'Brien Nittany Lion team.
Well, just a good football game all the way around. It was good play calling except for a few times, but for Nebraska and a makeshift offensive line to come in here, go to a new quarterback in Kellogg, and to win on the road against a tough team at home. Penn State's been really good at home. What a tremendous effort by Nebraska to do that, come in here and get the victory.
So Senior Day doesn't end as scripted for the 17 seniors. Here for the Penn State Nittany Lions, they walk off the field one final time, a loser in overtime.
But hats off to those seniors to stick around here for 2 years. When those sanctions went down 2 years ago, they could have left freely anywhere they wanted to go without any penalties, and they stayed. Hats off to them. That's terrific, and I know Bill O'Brien is proud of those guys.
So that's going to do it from State College. It takes overtime before Nebraska wins it, 23-20. For my partners Chuck Long and John Jansen, I'm Eric Collins. Sure hope you enjoyed it. Now let's send you to our Chicago studio for the final drive.